Then I put 3 years in the Army later in my life. I went in 1955 and had basic training with the 101st Airborne in Columbia, South Carolina, Fort Jackson. Spent like 4 months in the 101st Airborne, and then I got a radio school, sent me to Fort Monmouth, New Jersey, finished that, and then they sent me to Panama. In the military in Panama, I was a light heavyweight boxer. I got into that by accident. I was in the mess hall down there, and there was this one cook that was a big mouth, so we got into a fight, and a bunch of people broke us up, and the mess sergeant, which happened to be from my hometown in Pennsylvania, Sergeant First Class, I hadn't seen the guy in years. His best friend was a boxing coach. His name was Jay Wilcox. And so they said, if you guys want to fight, we're going to take you down to the gym. So we went down to the gym, you know, and they put the gloves on us. And the guy was he was a #1 welterweight in Panama, you know, I mean, he was a hell of a boxer. And he flat kicked the shit out of me for a little while, until I caught him with a right hook and knocked him out. And then I go, oh, you gotta fight, you know, no, I don't know anything about boxing, I'm a street fighter, I don't do that stuff, you know. And so we got talking a little bit, and he says, well, if you can go in the mess hall, and they're having shit on a shingle, and you want a steak, if you're on the boxing team, you can tell them you want a steak. And I go, what? Yeah. Okay, man, I'm going for it. So I got into that, and I was gonna fight middleweight, and then running 5 miles a day and working out, I went from about 160 up to 175, and I had to go down to, had to be lower than 175 in order to fight light heavyweight, so I ended up fighting light heavyweight. Well, I fought 2 years down, I only lost one fight in 2 years. And the guy that beat me was from New York City. He was a black guy, and he flat kicked the shit out of me. I mean, he couldn't hurt me. His hand speed and foot speed was too fast for me. And he won every round, you know. But you know, that taught me a little humility too, because before I fought that guy, I thought I was going to turn pro. I was going to be the next light heavyweight champion of the world, you know. Then I told my coach, I says, you know what? What if I run into somebody with my punching power and his hand speed? I'm dead meat, man. And I never boxed again. I got out of the Army and I never did it again. But it was fun, you know, I mean, while I did it, you know.
I wouldn't like boxing.
No, my mother didn't like it either. My mother never knew that I boxed.
Good.
Because she was totally against it.
Yeah.
Never knew. I never brought any pictures home or anything. Even whenever I got out of the Army, she could see. Because she was just 100% against it, you know.
Yeah. That was
and I didn't want to hurt her feelings, so she never knew.
So was I.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know you then.